All right, we're good to go now. So I'm saying welcome to our afternoon class,
Good afternoon.
and
Good afternoon.
good afternoon to all. I'm hoping that thus far you've had a wonderful week. Every day is a changing day. Every day is a challenging day. Um, on that note, and welcome back to those of you that I've seen this morning. But on that note, I will share with you my word for the week. And today my word is the word humble, Humble. And I found this passage that talked about the 10 characteristics of a humble person. But the one in particular that I love is a humble person is grateful. And as I shared previously, my word humble came about because I was listening to the news, and they were talking about people that are being impacted by the pandemic, but not necessarily being ill, but things as loss of job, loss of finances per se, people going through all of their savings, people losing their homes or fighting evictions from their apartments. And it's a lot. And honestly, when I was listening to it, I really felt for a moment like I wanted to cry, because it's hard to imagine, but it's not hard. And then I realized, how grateful I am and humble I am, because I'm not in this posture at this particular time. But growing up, remembering those tough times in the family and everything the way it was, I don't want to lose sight of people that don't have what we may have at this moment. And the biggest thing is peace of mind, being able to go to bed and not wonder where my next meal is coming from, or going to bed and not being concerned about tomorrow. I may not have a place to live, or all of the above. But anyway, that's where my word humble came from. And I don't want to not be a humble person. So that's where my word of the week came from. The news is still a powerful tool, and it can be a positive and a negative. But for me as an individual, I am grateful. So any thoughts, comments, anything you want to share? Yes.
I'm grateful also, because I can say, I think about how I came up. I never thought I'd be where I'm at right now, or like you say, not having the impact like a lot of other people. So I am truly blessed.
Yes.
And I'm just truly blessed.
Very much so. Thank you. Okay, so next I want to do announcements and reminders, and some of them may not be new things for you. Before I start that, Nancy, did you receive the schedule I sent you? I emailed it.
Yeah, I think I remember popping up.
Oh, okay. And Mary, you did acknowledge yours, so you're good to go. I'm assuming that everybody has the most recent virtual class schedule. I think it's date marked with a period end of 11/11. Okay. And it appears that new schedules are being published, it seems like weekly. But what happens is a lot of the things that were on there, but they're recently being updated because there are new classes being added, new partnerships are being formed with different organizations. So it may be one thing that's there, but to keep you updated. So on that note, one of the big things that's happening tomorrow is the Surviving and Thriving Breast Cancer Celebration. Darnell has done this annually, and once again, it does not mean that other facilities in the past may not have done something like this, because bear in mind, we're looking at everything as a universal setup for us. But this has been an event, and I have attended it, I think, in the past 3 years. And it's really a wonderful thing to be a part of. So tomorrow between 10:30 and 11:30 a.m. is when they will have the celebration again. They're asking you to wear pink. And I mean, I've seen people just having a pink ribbon, or some people put on flowers, colors, or whatever. But what they will do is that we will celebrate those people that have been touched by breast cancer and continue to survive and thrive. They will also have testimonies from thrivers. They will have an I Will Survive exercise routine. They'll do games and prizes. And in the past, as I said, I've always been inspired, particularly by some of the events shared by some of the thrivers. And the key thing is how many people or individuals that I knew from Darnell, and until they got up and decided that they wanted to share that, I didn't have a clue that they were survivors. And so it's something that you may want to participate in, and I'm hoping that you can, because a lot of work goes into getting these events together, and it's even more challenging trying to deliver them in a virtual concept. But I am really personally applauding all of the instructors and other people behind the scene that work really hard to bring these events together. Any questions, comments regarding that? Okay, so the afternoon people are on the quiet drug too. Okay. All right. So another reminder, October 30th is our fall masquerade and pumpkin decorating contest, and they're calling it the Fall Masquerade Festival, which is October 30th from 10 to 11:30. They're asking everybody, if you want to please wear a mask or a costume if you want. Nancy, what did I see pop up from you? Okay.
Oh, this, thank you. I
Okay,
got it.
all right. I just saw something pop up with your name on it. Okay, the activities will include line dancing, costume show and tell, the decorated pumpkin contest, and a wonderful cooking demo. So, another great event that I am hoping that you will take a part in. And if you're planning on decorating a pumpkin, and your pumpkin can be plastic, paper, real, whatever mode of a pumpkin you want to have, you must have your pumpkin ready by the 10 a.m. start time. Okay?
Will you have a class on that day? It is a Friday.
Yes, I will not have a class that day. I made that announcement in last Friday's class.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but were you in Friday's class?
No, I have something I didn't attend
Okay,
last week.
right. Yeah, I made the announcement last Friday in the class that I would not have a class that day. And one of the primary reasons is because I'm one of the pumpkin judges.
I'm
So
sorry.
it's going to be held at the center, or is it what?
It'll be virtual.
Huh?
It will be done at the center, but we will be participating on a virtual setup.
Oh, that's interesting, huh?
Yeah, you should join in. It's fun. This is the first time. We've done it this way. We've always had the event in the past, but it will be done as a virtual class.
Oh, I will try to
Virtual
see.
setup. And it will be fun.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm asking, who's planning on decorating a pumpkin?
Ain't bought one yet.
Make a paper mache pumpkin. You know how to take a balloon and blow it up and cover it with the paper and all of that, and then you can paint it on and do your do with it.
Nancy can make a big pumpkin with all your jewelry technique.
Uh-huh. No problem.
Yeah, right.
That's all right. Thank you, Nancy. Look, you just say amen. That's a good one, Linda.
Thank you. Thanks, Linda.
Yeah, she's so good on that with all those wire and all those things. I'm sure she can come up with one and win the prize. Okay.
Yes, sure, no problem.
I'm not into pumpkin decorating.
Oh, that's right, Nancy. You could make a polymer clay pumpkin.
Thanks, Ann.
Hey, show off. Okay, next. So on Tuesdays, I participate in the class as a participant, and it's nice being on the other side. So it's the Let's Chat class. That's on Tuesdays. Well, it's on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I can only do Tuesdays. Anyhow, in yesterday's class, the announcement was made that they're going to be having Medicare Tuesdays. And the 2 dates that were given is October 27th and November 10th. And during these seminars, what will happen is Queenie Jordan, who is a rep for Medicare, will be available to discuss Medicare overall. And I think it's always nice to do these update participation or Medicare things. Is what is it, open enrollment on a lot of insurance plans and other things that come about. But there are also changes to Medicare. And of course, I got my 2021 book. And if you were to take your old, say, 2020 book and your 2021 and go down those pages, you'd be surprised at some of the changes that are there, particularly like in the deductions that you have to, that Medicare does. Of course, if you're on Advantage plans, they could be slightly different also. So this individual will be there to address questions. What is being asked if you plan to attend these events and have questions that you need to have addressed is that you send an email with your questions in advance so they can be forwarded to Ms. Jordan in the event that the answer may not be readily available to her. And we're asking that your email questions be forwarded to Callie. And Callie's email is callie.williams
Oh, I got it this morning.
at fultoncountyga.gov. Okay.
What were those dates again?
October 27th and November 10th.
And the time?
Kelly, a class starts at 12:30, so I'm sure it's at the 12:30 event. And I'm assuming that it will be on your virtual class schedule also. I decided to listen in on that class probably about a month ago, just out of curiosity, and found that I absolutely enjoyed it. And we talk about everything. It originally started out focusing on COVID and how it's impacted your life, but so many other things have come into play. So I find myself every week joining it because the discussions run the gambit. I know on this past Tuesday, we were talking about falls, having a fall and how to prevent them and other things. And what was interesting to me, because I did have a bad fall, I don't know, about 2 months ago, whatever, but I was also surprised to learn how much water can impact your balance. Not having enough water in your body and things like that, other things. So we do have some great discussions. And so, that's always available if you're interested in listening in, talking in, and it's been good. It really has. So it's my opportunity to express myself And I trust you when I am in my class, I am not quiet. I participate. So sometimes I have to say, remember, Ann, this is not your class. You are participating. But nevertheless, it is enjoyable. So that's what I have to share that I have at this particular time. So does anybody have anything else they'd like to pass on to us? No?
No.
Okay, no problem. So I will say next. So we're on to our show and tell
Candy
setup.
shop.
I'm sorry.
Candy shop.
All right, so let me get that all set up for you and we'll go into this and then we'll come back. I sound like I'm on a game show. We'll be back. Okay, as they say, okie dokie. So first up is Miss Julia.
All right, Julia, bring it
All
up.
right, Julia, bring it on.
All right, sure, got you here.
Oh, you finished.
Oh,
Yeah, I did it. Yeah,
so
all right,
oh.
Julia.
Julia, a modest, whatever.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like the color.
Beautiful. Yes.
Yes.
You.
What bead is this? In your netting piece here. What size is this? Do you know?
You know, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I can look and see. It
Oh,
was
no, no,
just
no.
in a pack that I bought.
Oh, okay. Are they like a glass bead?
It's
Is it-
like a little pearl thingy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some of those.
Okay.
I don't know what size they are. I got some of those.
Pretty
Yeah.
colors. Those pretty colors.
Yeah.
Is
they
it
do.
freshwater pearl?
I don't think they're freshwater. I think they're those little imitation looking things.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
So
don't know what
it
you
is
call them.
white in color.
Yeah.
Yes, it is white.
No.
No,
That-
it looks nice. You did a good job.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Good
And
job,
that top
Julia.
part,
Thank you. That top part, the ends, those are cube beads that I had, and I've been dying to use them, and I finally got a chance to use them, but they're just cube beads.
Right. When you're doing like a stitch like this, a brick stitch or like a square stitch or whatever, the cube beads work real well because they stack evenly.
Yeah.
And that's what's unique about them, is the stacking part. It's kind of like building that brick wall and you just get a nice clean stack to them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Looks
Julia, you
good.
wear your work?
No.
You should.
Trying to learn how to do it. I don't wear much jewelry as a general rule, except for earrings, but I'm trying to get there. And I actually think about it when I get dressed. Used to, I never even thought about it, but now at least I think about it. So
Girl,
Well,
I'm
Julia,
naked if
we're
I don't have none on. If I don't have some jewelry on, I'm naked, okay?
Okay. No problem. Okay. Very
Although
good.
it's beautiful. I love it.
very good, Julia.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
get there,
Very
y'all.
good.
I'm gonna get there with y'all.
That's what you said.
Hey, now, you know everything is hard for me in the beginning, so I'm gonna get it though.
Okay, and next we have Miss Ellen.
I knew.
Nice
Lovely.
colors.
Now, Ellen, I want to make you aware that we've done a Hubble stitch before, and I have that book on the Hubble stitch. And we did it in class maybe like 2 years ago, but I love this.
Those colors are pretty.
Yeah, that's what makes it stand out.
Ellen, do you wear yours?
No,
Oh my
No.
God. Jeez.
I don't like jewelry.
Okay.
Like making it.
I like it, but
Oh,
I don't
like
like to
making,
wear it.
I like wearing it.
So you don't wear jewelry either.
That's what made
Okay.
the earrings stand out so much. That's
Beautiful.
that's
I
You
love
said
wearing
that's
jewelry.
a Hubble stitch?
Yeah.
Is that what you?
yeah. See these little, I call them little men. I think that's what they refer to them in the book.
Uh-huh.
These
Oh, okay.
looking characters here. Sandra Dockett made a really beautiful piece when we were doing the Hubble stitch.
Beautiful name, Hubble.
But yeah,
Nice.
I have that. I've got to find my book, but I do have it because I brought it to class, and that's how we got involved in working that stitch. But it looks nice.
Yes,
It
it does.
does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever seen that kind of closure. Does it just slide, one
Slide
slides
in.
down into the other?
Yes.
Mhm.
Now
Okay.
I have a problem when I use these slide bars, getting them apart. So I have some, and every now and then I use them because they're multi-strand. You know, if you're doing more than one
Yeah.
loop or something,
Oh, okay.
and it's hard to find others that don't. But I always have a problem getting them to snap apart when I'm trying to take it off or something. But that looks nice.
Yes.
It's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Linda, did you have a question?
Oh,
Or okay.
I'm okay.
All
I
right.
wanted to show you this.
All right, hold on for 1 second for me.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you guys hold on for me a minute. Let me
You go
just,
on first. I will show
and,
it
yeah,
to
and
you.
then I'll show you, pick you up in just a minute.
All right.
So then we have,
Let's see.
this is Nancy.
Oh,
Oh,
this is
right, yeah, that was
beautiful.
Pretty.
So
That-
cute, so pretty.
That is the diagonal title bead, and the first part up there, I ran out of those gray ones, so I just mixed them all in with what color I had.
There you go.
Oh, it turns
came
out
out
nice.
Mhm. Is this a pattern? I see you did the little
It's a
picots on the end.
Oh, it's a pattern.
Okay,
I just followed the pattern.
okay,
Mhm.
very good.
Pretty.
Is that a cute bead? What
Those
kind of bead is that?
Title
Oh,
beads.
yeah, you said that.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Neat.
I like title beads. They're easy to work with, They're so
Yeah.
simple to do. The stitch is good.
Neat.
Very
Mhm.
good.
Thanks.
Okay, Linda, what you got?
Okay. Oh, where is
And
it?
you need to tilt your camera down some.
Where is it?
All right, come down just a little bit.
Where is it? Yeah.
All right, move over to the center.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh,
I know
very
this is
good.
what this is the one that what is it? Julie made the bracelet that you showed it, but as you know, I don't wear bracelet or thing, and none of my friends will wear it. So I just change it as I make up to here. I decided I change it to earring. At least I can give it to someone or I wear it.
But what? Okay, with your camera, are you on your iPad again? Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. That's much better.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you took
That's
you
better.
took the brace. I
took
got
the
it. I
top
see it now. Right. Okay. I see it
But
now.
I don't like this one. The top, I think it's not nice. I'm going to change it again. I keep on changing. I don't know.
So let me ask you a question. You said
Mm.
your friends won't wear it.
No, I mean, most of my friends wear earring. I have never seen any one of them wearing the choker or bracelet. And personally,
Oh.
I don't think I wear it. So I myself might make the earring and I can give it away rather than
Oh, okay. I
buy
got you.
doing something that I keep and then later I don't know where it is going to go.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. Very good. So she took, saw what she did. She took the netted bracelet part and
Mhm.
then did the brick stitch part and then took the
Yeah.
fringe and then just did it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? When I think about that, that looks similar to the earrings at one time, Linda, you asked me about. Loretha was, oh no, Sylvia showed them in class.
This
Where
one,
she had done a pair of earrings that had been done.
this one that I did my, oh, let me see how to put it. Yeah, yeah. Is this one?
Yeah, that's better. Okay.
I changed the pattern too to
Right.
make it not too long. But I like
Oh.
this one from the top to the bottom. But that one, I think I may have to change the top. I don't like the top though.
Okay. She keeps changing everything.
I'm just playing with it as I go along.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
haven't show you another one. When I finish, I'll show it to you. I did 3
Okay.
times using 3 different thread. I don't like the whatever fireman trade, and then don't know what. It turned out to be funny. So I figured out last night that I can use the other thread, and it turned out well, but I haven't done the other side. So when I finish it, I'll send it to you. I love that one.
Oh, okay, all right. One of the things is, if, I don't know, if you're using your phones and pads and stuff, I have this. Yeah. So whenever I'm using my phone or
Oh, I
my
do have it though.
yeah,
I
and
just don't want to put it there.
because what's nice about this thing is adjustable. You see how that pulls out? So what it does is it allows me to sit my iPad and my phone, and I can swing it in any direction. So if I'm using my camera, you can get a front-on view with your camera or your pad, because it tilts it in a position that, you know, you can bring it straight forward. And there are other things, but I'm just saying is I love this. So I can always keep my phone at my camera if I'm trying to do something, particularly if I'm using my phone for like a Zoom or something. Where it's sitting up and it stays stationary and it doesn't tilt back and forth, and to keep your camera straight forward for you.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so I don't have a planned agenda in the sense of giving you things to do, because once again, you guys are working around me in some of the patterns that I put out there. And at this juncture, I'm not sure where you are, whether you still want me to research, because of course I got a slew of patterns. Other patterns for you, or other areas that we can look at. No, I mean, tell me.
Well, I'm with y'all, you know, I haven't done anything in this class yet, YET, but this is a bonus class and I'm learning something. I got to learn how to physically work my hand, but otherwise.
I
Well,
like the patterns you send out.
I like the patterns too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've got any out there that you guys haven't worked on yet. Trying to remember, hold on a second, let me see if I can pull something up. And I also want to remind you, when I pull patterns that are free to all.
Okay.
However, particularly with around the beading table or the whatever they do, I have a letter from Deborah Roberti that gives me the authorization to teach her class, show her class, share her patterns, as long as I'm giving her credit for her work. And I do that as a backup for myself. And I'm only repeating this as, because I notice more and more people as they come online, they're putting their things out there, what they're doing. That's great. I'm only saying this as a reminder. If you are posting something that belongs to someone else and you're not sure how you can use that work, make sure you double check it. And it basically comes if you're selling something, more or less. If you're selling your work or something like that, and you don't have, or it's copyrighted, you don't have the approval to do this, then you may find yourself having a problem. So I just want to reiterate, as I said, whatever I pass on to you guys are things that I pull that is approved for you to display it or sell it. But as a backup for myself, I also have approval from the creator. But I know there's so, with people being at home, and it's not just jewelry, it's anything that you're doing. I mean, it's anything and everything. So I just like to remind you of those circumstances, just in case.
Yes.
Are we okay? We good?
So what happens when you buy patterns? Does that give you the, it's okay for you to display, sell, whatever,
own it.
share?
Okay, you gotta read the rules pertaining to it. When you purchase it, the person that's selling it to you is selling it to you. It doesn't mean that they give you the right to reproduce their pattern unless they say so, or it's said. You need to understand that. It may not give, it gives you the right to make it and you wear it. It may not give you the right to make it and keep giving it, selling it to people. So when you purchase something, you want to be certain the conditions that apply to it. Classic example, Lorna and I went to one of the shows at the Cobb Gallery years ago. And when we were there looking at, they were selling these patterns in a kit. And the thing that happened is this lady came up behind us inquiring about it, and she wanted to buy the pattern, the kit. And then she said, well, I'll just make it and I'll just, let my friends have it, because I knew she could probably look at it and create it. But when the person heard her say this, she told her, and if you do this, you will be in violation. And if we find out, we will sue you, because
Oh,
we're
wow.
selling you, the owner of that kit. And everybody that wants to do this is liable for purchasing that kit themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm just sharing with you, everything that you do in regards to purchasing or doing something, you need to make certain that you have a clear cut understanding of how you can use that pattern. Because normally it's a one-on-one.
That's why
Most of the patterns have a disclaimer at the bottom.
Exactly. And those of you that have been in class, don't you notice that for a while I started writing on there, this is the property of AnneKing. And the reason I did that, because even though I gave you a document, a lot of that information I compiled and put together myself to create that document that you saw. The reason I did that is finding out that someone was taking the stuff that I was distributing in my class and using it for the class that they were doing that was a competing jury class. So people do all kinds of things. It wasn't that I could stop what they were doing. I don't have a problem, but you create from the beginning for yourself. Don't take my work to give you a foot up or a head up without asking me about it. And it really was a hurtful thing to me that this occurred, because I had no clue that they were, taking my stuff and using it to create their things with. So, and Ellen is right, there are disclaimers on the things that you have, but people normally do not read them. So every pattern that I have distributed to you is always one that says it's free. And I do have some, particularly from Deborah, that I purchased also, because I think our patterns are really inexpensive, like $4.50 or $4.95 or something like that. I don't have a problem paying an artist, bless you, paying an artist for their work. I mean, that's why they do this. And even when Ellen, when you came about with your peyote pattern that you distributed, I mean, I asked you, is it, did you want to distribute it? Did you want it to be, free or whatever? But I mean, that's the thing that we forget sometimes, is that you have a right to ask. And I found maybe 2 or 3 circumstances that I end up being in a unpleasant circumstance that was done without asking. And all I say is, even if it's you, if it's something that you've done, I'm going to ask you. The person may say yes or no, but it's their right if it's their personal work.
Yeah.
But I just want to pass that on again, because there can be consequences. And more so the fact that the internet is so open, people putting things out there, and somebody's seen it, and it may be, somebody else's work. So just to protect yourself, just understand and know the conditions when you are purchasing.
Yeah.
Okay. That was like around the barn in a lot of ways, Judy, but just, I knew you
That
purchased
was-
something, but you need to make certain that you read and understand what you can do with it. Because there is another lady I went on whenever we would go to Down Street Show. I took classes from her all the time, Jenny. And I mean, I've been taking classes from her for years. She is an extremely talented beater. Her work was used one year to help decorate the White House Christmas tree. That's how good she was. But she always gave me the right to make her pieces. I could sell her pieces, but I could never teach her pieces. That was the caveat she had. But she didn't care how many of her pieces I made and sold, it was fine. But as long as I was not teaching. And of course, I have it in writing from her as to what I could do with her work.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, very, very important. Miss Ellen, do you have anything to add to that? Because I know you have patterns that you created.
Um, Go online, YouTube, and see a whole lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But without realizing that you can make it. But even if you made it for yourself, that's fine. If you intend to sell, you at least have to put a disclaimer that the pattern belonged to or was created by whomever. That's the one thing that many people don't do, and that's why I don't like the YouTube and all those videos.
That's why I stay away from them as well.
I don't,
yeah.
as a rule, I
I
don't
don't do that. Yeah.
And
And go ahead, Mary.
I say, and I appreciate, we was a class you were talking about the
intellectual property.
property, because like I say, you can do a lot of things. I say I do a lot of stuff, and it's what I do. I don't see it anywhere, but I do it on my own. But you don't know somebody else is thinking the same thing or doing the same thing. So that was,
And no, but that's very real, and that's the key behind when you register or copyright protect an item, because 5 or 10 people can have the same idea.
yeah.
I mean, really, but the ownership belongs to the one that can prove that they thought of it or registered it first.
Mhm.
And that's where the fine line comes in. And I'm not sure if they had it last year, but usually annually they used to have a big event over at the Southwest Arts Center, and they had attorneys there, and that's what they discussed patents. I'm sorry. When you copyright things, how long the ownership is, and how to protect yourself. And one of the big areas where people got into a problem is t-shirts. T-shirts with these designs.
Yeah.
And of course, you have a lot of small businesses that, you'll get somebody, oh, I'm going to make a t-shirt and I'm going to do whatever. But that is an area that so many vendors have found themselves in financial strait because of t-shirts.
All the money made.
Yes, exactly. So just something else. And going back years ago when Michael Jackson passed, everybody was doing the t-shirts, Michael Jackson thing on. I know over here near me on the Silver Comic Trail, there was a vendor over there that had all these t-shirts and they got raided. And they pulled them all and they fined them because that money belonged to Michael Jackson's family, because they basically had stolen or the image, more or less, because his image was owned by his family. And the other one is Dr. King. There's a friend of mine who is an artist, and in order to use his image, they were paid, a fee was paid to the King family. There's money that you can get the authorization to use the image. So there's a lot more to it when you're doing things legally versus illegally. And the thing that's happening now is it's easier to catch people doing the wrong thing because of the internet. And because, and I'm not discouraging you, I'm just trying to make you aware of things that you need to be concerned about or looking for when you get into making and displaying things, just to be certain that you're okay.
That's why I wear my jewelry. When I was doing crocheting, I really, I was really more doing them as gifts as more so than anything. I made no money off of them. I probably lost by the material, but
And then you know what? There's nothing wrong with making and selling. That's what you're about. You just want to know the rules.
Under the right way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
Okay.
that, I mean, and I always look at it from the other side. I mean, like, and I'll just pick like Nancy and her clay pieces. If she does this and she's selling it, why would me as an artist want to take something away from another artist? I mean, you want to show appreciation, so you pay. I mean, that's what, if they are out trying to make money from it, that's what it's about. And I look at it from there. I'm an artist too. If I was selling my stuff, I would not want someone to come along and do that to me.
Yeah, and then there's the other issue of when it comes to selling too. What is it? What's the word I'm trying? And licensing in
Yeah.
terms of having a business license.
Right.
Because I know my son one time was trying to put some stuff on the internet. I told him, I said, no, I don't want you to do that. Because unless you've got a business license and you're charging taxes or whatever, and you're not doing that, and then they see that stuff
Yeah.
out there, the people see that stuff out there in terms of government or whatever,
Yeah.
then they can come knock on your door. Basically, you have a business license to be selling what you're selling.
Right.
So you just can't go put all that stuff on the internet just because, and people, I know they do it, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that. And then I get myself in trouble because I don't have a business license, because it's more than two business licenses than just you having a business license.
Exactly.
You've got to be able to keep that up. You've got to be able to renew that business license, and you can go in the hole. You can pay more for that business license than money you make.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And having sales tax registration.
Exactly. And so if you don't do that, I worked a while at down for the city in that department, and every year, February 15th, if you didn't automatically renew that license, they sent you in the mail a $500 because
No,
you
that's
didn't
very
renew it.
true.
And then you had to know in advance in terms of what you had to do. If you didn't make a profit, there was a form that you had to fill out, basically, excuse me, stating you didn't make a profit, to show you didn't make a profit. So that way you could be and void out that business license, because if you didn't, you were going to pay the city of Atlanta.
Well, I still have my sales tax ID, and I file annually on that sales tax, even though I'm not using it right now, but I still have to file. And one year they claim I didn't file it on time, and they sent me a bill for $85. But whenever I mail it in, I always take it to the post office, get it stamped. So I had proof that I did, but it was $85. But as soon as the year flips over, I go back and I make sure that I fill out my paperwork and send it in and make them aware that it's inactive at this time. Because it does take a minute sometimes to get a sales tax. But there's things, but my focus is on, when you pull in patterns and everything, just make certain that you know what rules apply to what you may be doing. The key thing about it is if you're not, putting all these things on the internet and Facebook and all this stuff, you're fine. Still practice the right thing, because as you become a competent artist, you want that respect given to you and vice versa. Is all I look at. So I think this is an excellent way to end our session. Do you have a question, Julia?
No.
Are we good?
I have a question for Ellen.
Thank you.
Ellen,
Yes,
did you just pick up a little dog a few minutes ago?
yes.
What was
That's
that?
my baby. Huh?
What is it?
Shih Tzu.
A Shih Tzu. That's what I thought it was. I thought you pick up a Shih Tzu. I have a little dog, baby too, Mickey. That's why I thought that was a Shih Tzu.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay, let me see what I can pick up.
Wow,
And on that note, now that we're picking up our pets and all, I will find us a pattern that I will send out to you guys so you have something else to work on. We got Speedy Gonzalez over here and Speedy Gonzalez over here.
Who is she talking about?
Even feeding.
But I will find you another pattern to send out to you, and so that you will have something else to focus on. So we have any questions or comments before I end our session?
Oh, this is a good session.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
I mean, they all good, but this was a very interactive one, you know, with the vocalization going on. I like that.
It does make a difference, doesn't it?
Yes.
So on that note, I will say I'll get a pattern out to you, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow in the Thriving session, the breast cancer awareness
Okay.
session. Hopefully I'll see you, not putting any pressure on, but I hope that I will. And if you have anything else that you want me to research, please reach out on the email. And I will see you hopefully before next Wednesday, but if not, next Wednesday again.
All
All
right.
righty.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of the week.
OTE, vote.
Bye.
Oh, I'm already back.
Thank you.
Bye.
Aye, aye, Captain.
All right, Mary.